action. Cool.
Yeah, we got action.
Wait till my
Wait till
phone
the
picks it
picture.
up so I can see myself, mute myself.
Right.
God knows I hate listening to my own voice. Here we are.
Good
We'll just give
afternoon.
people a few moments to tap in,
Yeah,
tap in.
let them tap in.
You got the shares today?
Huh?
You sharing it today?
Yeah, I'm finna work on it right now, man. I'm working on it right now. Let me get.
Yeah, it is afternoon, ain't it?
Yeah, it's afternoon.
Let's go ahead and crack the wake up juice.
Oh shoot! You waking up, ain't you?
Mm-hmm.
I can never get a signal. This is like it's killing me with the signal. It won't let me get the signal. Nothing.
What carrier do you use? AT&T?
Yeah, you know what I need to get rid of them, man.
You are not wrong.
I need to get rid of them. You know that. I need to get rid of them.
I'll go ahead and share it in a few places. Reboot.
You sharing it?
Yeah. Since your phone doesn't want to work for you.
Here it go.
Damn thing works about as well as Flint politics.
Hold on, wait a minute now.
What?
Can't just talk about AT&T like that. They got some good things going on.
They got some good things, but dude, tell you what, they tried charging me $600 and change when I was in Colorado Springs because I went down to Arizona for leave. They were like, "Oh, you're in Mexico." No, the hell I'm not.
Oh wow.
Well, you pinged off a tower in Mexico. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Oh,
Me and that lady had a nice several hour long conversation.
yeah, gotta do it.
So I'm prejudiced. I admit my prejudices. Good morning, Jasmine. How you doing? She's probably just listening to me in the background like, this guy gets angry. We haven't even cracked it today.
Yeah, you look like you powerful up there right now with that. Shoot.
Give it a few moments, let a few more people tap in. I am running late today.
Yeah, wasn't me, family. It wasn't me this time.
Nah. And it wasn't your doctor either, though your doctor's cool as hell. Hey. And you know, I can't even blame this one on the interns. I just woke up pissed off. I went to bed pissed off.
What got you mad, Trevor? Explain it.
So the last thing I saw before I crashed out last night, I remember Liddell saying that you should subscribe to the Flint emergency broadcast yada yadas. Remember her telling Wintis that in their arguments, which great job. Way to look professional with those arguments. Goddamn city council.
Hold on. Seeing the council person was arguing?
Argument? Shit. Dude, this was a cat fight.
Wow. I didn't know.
Oh man, it was terrible. It looks so unprofessional. I mean, hell, it looked like I do right now, right? But she'd gone on about use the emergency broadcast system. You should subscribe to the emergency broadcast system. And then, thanks Tanya. Tanya, excellent about bringing things like this to our attention. Let me bring it up so I don't misword it. I don't want someone to accuse us of being fake news. Bunch of Donald Trumps out there. Flint emergency, whatever. At 2:38 p.m., please join Mayor Sheldon Neely for an Easter egg hunt today, Thursday, April 6th, from 4 to 6 p.m. in the lawn behind Flint City Hall. This event is free for kids 0 to 11 years old. We hope to see you there. So wait, hold up. It's an emergency to get people to support Sheldon Neely, apparently. But not a damn thing about the city fucking flooding. Not a damn thing about people's basements going up, ruining their heaters, their furnaces, their anything in the damn basement. Washers, dryers, shit. No, fuck you. But it's an emergency. You get here to go Easter egg hunting with Sheldon Neely. I want to talk about lawsuits. The city has a tool to let people know that there is a danger or a potential hazard. And it was not used when Pump Station 5 failed at all. It was not used when we were under boil advisories at all. So, anyone in the second ward whose house flooded, go ahead and get a hold of your lawyer and see if the city is responsible for the damages to your home for not using the City of Flint emergency broadcast. As I think that's somewhat important to you, a little bit more important than a fucking Easter egg hunt. See, this is why I don't subscribe to it. It's never used. And when it is fucking used, it isn't for anything that actually pertains to us in the city. But maybe I'm just fucking weird. Maybe going Easter egg hunting is an emergency. Maybe supporting a man who, I don't know, pushes so hard to use ARPA funds as a re-election ploy is a fucking emergency. So that's what had me so pissed off that I slept through an alarm. I slept through everything until Mickey calls and says, "Where the hell are you?" And that's why we were running late today, because I got angry because of that. Once again, thank you to Tanya Burns for letting us know. Because, like I said, I won't subscribe to that piece of shit. Philip, I missed you last night, buddy. How you doing? Let me see. Where the hell were the departments responsible for monitoring and maintaining these pumps? That's a good question. However, we don't have a Department of Public Works director anymore. That all falls to Wiggins, who is not qualified for it, in all honesty. So you're asking the same question everyone else is. Where the hell was someone qualified? Where the hell was someone responsible? Where the hell was... It's Flint. We already know. They ran away. We can't keep anyone qualified in any positions. When was the last time we had a full-time ombudsman? When was the last time we had pretty much anything here? We can't keep people in these positions. Oh, we've had people run away citing, "I can't do this," or "I can't babysit someone," or let's say, "I don't feel morally comfortable doing what they're asking me to do." So that's a good question. And the answer is the city don't fucking care to answer it. They don't care to fill the positions. Oh, we can't even pay our cops their bonuses. Still getting reports of several police officers not receiving theirs. Philip? No, that one must be coming from the YouTubes. So the man is the top of the food chain aside from Neely. He's supposed to be covering down into that. He's supposed to cover down until another one is put into place. Just because the nature of his position. However, man's not qualified to do it. And I don't see the city scrambling to get anyone in there. And it is it a knock against the man? Kind of. Not overly. Let's face it. I'm just bitchy that we don't have anyone in the DPW position. And by nature of his position, he's supposed to cover down. But why is our DPW directors running away? Why can't we get someone in there damn near ASAP? Usually when someone leaves a position like this, you get 2 weeks notice. That's the deal. I feel like, oh, Edwards. Oh, God damn it. Give me a second. Let me unfuck myself. Let me go back and get my sources straight. See, like I said, when I'm not awake, I'm not awake. Oh.
You know, you don't want to get called
I don't want to be called a bully again.
or fake news.
No, I don't mind being called fake news. That just means that someone's afraid.
Got a point. It's a beautiful day out here. Thanks for everyone for tapping in, checking in with us today.
All right. Has to be in here where people are going back and forth, back and forth.
How you doing, Karen Malone? How you doing, Melissa? I don't want to say your last name, get it wrong, but I'll just say Mrs. Z. Like Trevor is trying to get us unmessed up.
I like how you've got some sort of decorum. I say the word unfucked. He goes unmessed up. Beautiful, beautiful.
Well, you know, this is we are connected to the allegedly to the Disney Channel.
Oh God. I would rather cut my foot off with a rusty spoon.
I'm just being sarcastic, trying to bring some humor to this situation you just got us in.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, all right. Number one, we got Liddell, and she says she has a PhD. I'm still trying to figure out in what. Wasn't it a data reading and analytics or some shit like that?
Oh no, she said, okay, Jasmine is trying to help us out. She said Wiggins is the fire chief.
You're right. Thank you. Oh, Clive, thank you. You guys are beautiful. Thank you. My brain worked well not today. Like I said, I'm just rolling out of bed, quite literally.
Okay. So, right.
You people are beautiful and wonderful and unfucking my life. It's great.
Thank you for getting that together for us.
Man, see, there's Tony. I am too. Late risers, my friend.
And it's a good Friday for the religious people that's in the chat. It's Good Friday.
Yeah, my happy ass. You said Good Friday. I'm like, every Friday is good. No,
me too.
My kid ain't go to school.
Good Friday. And we are, it's blessed, Jasmine, that you took time out to correct us. I love that. See, people don't think we don't stand to be corrected. You know, they think like we can't make mistakes.
No, we're human.
And stand to be corrected. That's just.
If you show me the data, if you show me the proof, I will recant whatever the hell I say. Right? Yeah. Because I'm not perfect. I'm not God.
Right.
And it is, you know, it's Good Friday. Let's just be honest here. I am not God. I'm not infallible. No one is.
Right.
So if you show me the data, you show me the proof, show me whatever, show me where I'm wrong, I will come on air, recant, and we'll get it right.
Yeah.
We want to be news. This is how you be news.
You know what? And somebody's pissed off that second ward councilman.
God, that second ward councilman. Actually, you know what? I'm going to read something that I saw yesterday because it is beautiful. It was a sight for my very old sore eyes. No dye photo editor.
Yeah, I'm glad you here to read it because I'm trying to see where we went wrong at.
So she runs into uncensored Flint politics on the face space. Is 810 Media trying to be real media or a tabloid? You can't talk about positive money matters with the stars and turn around and use the platform to promote slander and spread misinformation. There's that word again. Fake news, misinformation.
I love it.
I mean, tell me what I've said that's verifiably wrong, and we'll fix it. However, if you can't, then I would say you're misinformation because you guys put out all the information that I use on a weekly basis. And me, as a sane, somewhat rational individual, if I'm connecting A to Z and I come up with you're fucked, then I'm pretty sure you're fucked. But this wonderful person responds, they have your panties in a bunch because they're telling nothing but the truth. Glad you're a viewer and are taking in some well-needed information, Liddell.
In order for them to criticize, they gotta watch it.
I
I
mean,
love it.
you know what? It is nice having your support.
Yeah.
I am glad that you are here and around, whether it's live or later. So, this week has been a little bit hectic for me. First off, Tuesday is my birthday. I just turned old.
This Tuesday coming up?
No, this last Tuesday.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you. So went out dinner with the family, had some fun doing that, and then it's the what year is it, man? 2023. 13-year anniversary of when I was deployed. One of my friends had died, and then 9-year anniversary. Literally, they died on the same day, just a couple years apart. So yeah, it's been a little hectic for me. And then covering down for Miss Winters last night. I'm glad everyone said I did a halfway decent job. Granted, I'm not a beautiful, wonderful star like her, but we made it. We made it.
Just think about it, Trevor. We made it through it, but the council, Miss Lewis, gave you something to talk about today.
She did, and I was trying to not go too crazy into that.
Right.
You know, because let's face it, she has teed herself up for Winters.
Yeah, she did.
And I was waiting for next week for Winters to come up with that 9-iron and take a swing.
Right.
Metaphorically, not literally. Right. We're not promoting violence.
Yes, get that together, because then she talk about suing us already.
Yeah, I didn't see that because apparently that was this morning, and let's face it, I wasn't conscious this morning.
Right.
But talking about suing and XYZ.
Happy birthday to you, and hear the people in the chat saying happy birthday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. It is appreciated.
Now we can get back to the fuckery.
Number one. When we do say things, we are very, very, very careful that if we are making suppositions, if we are connecting A to C and B is obscured from us, we say allegedly. We make sure we say allegedly, or we say we believe, or in our opinion.
Allegedly, we get into the fuckery. Let me clean that up.
No, because this is getting into the fuckery. This isn't an open situation that I would call it a threat was made against us.
Yes, definitely. I'm shaking now.
So we always make sure to use that sort of language, because if we are telling our opinions, these are just our opinions, right? We're not selling them as truth. Now, however, when you give us blatant and honest things and we report it verbatim, we don't throw allegedly on the back end of that. I mean, if you want to, that's fine. You can threaten the lawsuit. However, threatening litigation without following through, especially repeatedly, is harassment. This is strike one. I have no problem lawyering up myself. And you see, you represent the city of Flint. City of Flint's already got $60 million of lawsuits hanging over them right now. Do you want to be responsible for another 2 or 3?
Not 10.
I mean, you're a company.
Yeah, I'm hurting.
You're a company. You can.
Yeah,
you can go that big.
Yeah, she's affecting me big time.
Me? I'll go for a couple thousand, 100,000. I don't care. That money could easily be turned around say, finance a campaign against her. Someone who I think is worthwhile. You see, she turned and made this personal.
Didn't she?
She did.
She just went there and made it personal. And not to, like, I'm not ignoring your question, Tony. I think that was fake news. I wasn't there. I don't know. You know.
Here, let me do my my best Trump impersonation. That's fake news. It's China.
You ain't. No, you know what, Philip? I like what you said. Philip said you can be a council person and still seek out the correct people to perform the correct tasks and provide the communication they should be getting from other channels but aren't getting.
So, and that's a problem that we spoke a bit on yesterday, right?
Right.
So, Fox, what is it? Fox 2, Fox 11, Fox 3, our local Fox affiliate.
Yeah, something.
Our local ABC affiliate. I'm not going to say they're in Mayor Sheldon Neely's pocket. However, I will say they got some lint all over their ass.
But you know what? That's what it is. I wouldn't come on there. They biased. Nah, yeah, Fox 2. Miss Melissa Z said Fox 2.
Melissa, thank you very much.
Thank you. But I just think she's upset. But to me, she doesn't have what they was as they was. I don't think she is she has integrity to be a council person. Like, is we mad? I'm not mad what she said.
I mean, she's not my council person.
Oh, you are right, Jasmine. She said a word of caution. You all have to be extra careful as to what you say or as you do as a news media source. No doubt. But I don't think we went out there. I don't think it was nothing said that was malicious about that was said about. All it was a question on Facebook that she allegedly. It was a question just about pump number 5 going out.
No, I mean, see.
And people showed, now that's the true fires, their basements flooded. I didn't see that as being, what's the name? I mean,
being malicious.
Malicious, what she was feeling like people attacking her. I mean, would she want a feel-good story or something every time if we did a feel-good story? Because this the thing, like, I mean, not to cut you off, I'm not, like, impressed that, well, I mean, Winters was being nice to bring her on. It's already done that. Been there, done that. It was no big thing.
I've offered and got shot the fuck down.
Yeah, I mean, it's no big thing. It was already did. It was nothing. I mean, all right, thank you, Jasmine. No, I'm saying I'm not tripping on this. Like, she act like she didn't come on before. Like, she haven't did it. Now we incredible. Like, even when I didn't recorded her twice in 2 different situations.
Look, and like I said yesterday, I bring attention to 2, 3. I don't do 4. That's family. I'm not fucking my own family. I'll leave that to every other host on 810. That's I don't need to make my Christmases even more awkward. All right, guys. However, 7, 8, 9, because they don't get any negative attention from her, as Philip called them, syndicated news around here. Am I wrong?
No.
When was the last time you saw a negative story about?
Oh, a truthful story.
Or a truthful story.
Because that's just, I mean, was it wrong talking about that budget that went through? Did nobody ask any questions? Well, we know 3 who wanted it did. That's what I'm saying.
And did we not see 3 pictures of 3 council people walking with attorney from a restaurant? Yeah, we did.
It was a picture on there. It was a picture.
And it was the day prior to that vote, or at least the week prior.
And that's the point. That's what I'm saying. She just cannot. She want a person to go on there while I'm moving money. The city, like I forgot. You read the lady. I don't know whoever wrote that quote. Who said it? Like, are you proud of the second ward? You riding through there? Maybe if the park flooded, she would have probably ran to action and not caring about the basements. But I'm just saying, when she's saying she doing all these positive
she says
things,
she was elected to, as we said, make money or move money and make laws. That is partially correct. You know, I'm going to get my Snopes fact checker hat on here.
Right.
Actually, Snopes fact checker hat. You're elected to represent your ward. You are the government representative for direct reach out of your ward, being 1 through 9. Anyone who lives in your ward should be able to reach out to you via your government cell phone, via your second ward councilwoman Liddell Lewis face space. Mm-hmm. However you make yourself available, should be able to reach out to you to talk about your ward and the things going on in it. Anyone from outside your ward should be able to reach out to you, have a candid conversation without you blowing up. And even if they're being rude, you are still a government official. So you just ignore or say, I'm not commenting, or no comment, to talk about issues in your ward, such as a pump station going down. Yes, we know it's not your job to turn a wrench. We get that. No one said it's your fault that the pump failed. But when you've got several people whose basements are flooding, who are going through several thousands of dollars of damage, who are having the worst day of their life this year so far. I mean, let's face it. It's April. We've got 8 more months to see what else they can fuck up. You have an obligation as a council person to at least address it. You are an elected representative, not just some elected official. And you need to get that one straight. Let's take off the hat.
Well, but you got to understand, she wasn't there. So basically, that shows you, was she even at council? She wasn't at council, but she was watching Facebook. That tells you all you need to know.
Tells me a lot. But if she wants to take this seriously, she says she makes an impact everywhere she goes.
That's a lie.
I was gonna.
She need to. Since she doing these park cleanup, can she do some of these street put back together? Them potholes is in the second ward.
I was gonna follow the Tony Wiggins route on that for the jokes, but well, let's not get into too deep and personal.
I can say this: fuck them parks. Get them streets and sidewalks together. Since you want to go that part, I'll go say, "What? My bad. Screw the parks, and can we get some potholes and streets put together?"
The parks are only used, I'd say, honestly, by the kids, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. right now.
I'm gonna say just in 12 months, maybe 4 months out the year. But yeah. I'm pretty sure if you get some roads together, that'll do damn good. Maybe the kids can ride their bikes on the sidewalk again.
Or, you know, parents can save a couple $1,000s a year on their tires, axles, suspension.
No, you're right about that. But I mean,
yeah. What is it?
But you can, but you know what I'm saying, but do you see how arrogant a person can be, saying they doing this and that, but when you ride through there, bust a tire, or you hear about are you right there? It should be recall, but she's so cocky because she know ain't no voters out there. So you gotta understand, a lot of these people who got in these seats, there's just you can't, but I can. Really got in these seats because people didn't vote. Now, if people was really engaged, you couldn't have nobody like Liddell. You couldn't have some of these people get in these seats.
Let's do the math here, right? We've got, according to last census, 86,000 people here.
Right.
And that's all age groups from 0 to 99.
Right.
So let's just do an average out here. I'd say that's about 60,000 voters. If you only got 12,000 voters in the last election, you've got 1/5 of the people actually voting. That's a large problem to me. Would you not agree? 1/5 of the population.
No, that's the. I mean, but if you look at it, I was reading
1/5
Philip
of the
question.
population believes that they're listened to enough to actually have faith in the system to go and vote.
Okay, let me answer because I was reading this and said what Philip put. What about the people who don't have the money for that damage? What's the focus and intent in trying to help them? Basically, I'm gonna
No
tell
one
you
said
what,
anything yet, Philip. That one I can't comment on because who knows? Maybe the city does have something in their back pocket for okay, this was our pump station that failed. Possibly they have something to fix it. However, I doubt it.
Because I was gonna say you asking the same ones where the city got poison, the water not, the pipes not fixed. You gonna ask them, the ones who gave out $300?
And yeah, like I said, I can't go too deep into that because I don't know. That is one of those I don't know.
I'm just going by what I done seen. Okay, Jasmine Beasley said Mrs. Priestley did ask if anyone had questions about the budget by Mr. Pfeiffer called for an adjournment, and it was immediately second. I know this is late response, but I had to answer a call. Oh, no problem. I mean, to me, it seemed like that was set up. Once again, what you gonna do? Soon as somebody asks something, call for the question.
Call for the vote. Yeah.
I mean, that is some of the crazy. But this is this council. Who would let a budget go through without even going over it or asking for nothing? That's what I'm saying. This is the same guy who called himself along with the other ones that $300 was such a great idea. This is the same council person.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same council person that says this $300. Then you got another one say, I'm here to move money. But I mean, this is the city council. These are the ones, the six that's controlling it. If you listen to some of the rhetoric that come out their mouth, the stuff that they'll push through, and then like far as that EMT stuff, how can you ain't the council supposed to be the check and balance of the city?
Check and balance, yes. However, you can, as was explained to me, since there was no money exchanging hands between Stat EMS and the city of Flint, the council had no say.
But they could have did an investigation, though.
An investigation, or they could have. Excuse me, I got that wake up throat, guys. They could have at least come out and said, "Hey, can we get some more information on this?" And say it publicly. Say everything publicly. Keep your shit out of behind closed doors, because then you have people like me who see conspiracy everywhere. I mean, am I wrong?
And I'm saying this is the guy that's getting told he can be the mayor one day. He went in there $300, call for the question, and let a budget go through. You see the games that's being played, but I'm saying, but this is the things they don't want out. Like, you shouldn't question what's going on.
Or if you do, you're a terrible person.
Right.
And yet, let's take a look at the people here in chat. Okay. Are all of us absolutely terrible people? Philip, are you a terrible person for asking questions about a local government? Derek, how about you? I don't think I'm a horrible person for asking these questions. And I get tired of being made to feel like I'm some sort of pariah or I'm an oddball for asking these questions.
Right.
I get tired of being made to feel like I am such a tiny minority in this city because I have questions about my governance. That's the game. You are shamed into silence.
Right. I mean, because I got a question for this. What Philip just wrote. He said we could point out the problems, the causes, the lack of action, the reasons for it all year. But personally, I want to find solutions to all of it and get Flint out from under all this mess, not just a piece of the city, everybody. Well, my thing is, you right now, you got the council in. This is what you got. You got a 6 for the mayor got his 6 votes.
And
he has his wife as the state rep. I mean,
that's
what I'm saying. Only way you can change it is if you change the people that's in the seats. How you gonna expect to get all of a sudden? I'm just being honest, and all of a sudden you gonna expect these people who are in the seats that can change something to do right, and they ain't been doing right since they've been there.
And it goes into years of this sort of punishment, right?
Right.
It's a boulder on top of Flint, and we're only talking about the past 2, 3, 4 years worth. It doesn't change overnight. It needs direct action, and it needs a lot of work, but it needs people to stop feeling so isolated.
Yeah.
Pushing back.
No, they really need to be. They need to be recalls. Personally, I believe like you wouldn't have nobody like Councilwoman Liddell Lewis when the Mitchell the Mitchell boys' mother was there, and they was trying to
running away.
Yeah, you wouldn't get that, because if they seen that, you wouldn't get that a budget come through and they don't do the studying on it. If you had people that were really your constituents to be saying, okay, oh, you playing like that, don't worry about it, we'll have a recall.
And let's take a look at that for just a moment. Let's go back in time. I was down in Arizona when this happened. I was fathered. My pops had just died. And I remember my aunt voting yes on a special council meeting. I remember Dennis Pfeiffer voting yes. I remember Jerry Winfrey Carter, Tanya Burns, and Mays all voting yes. Out of those names, only 3 showed up. Why are you going to vote yes if you're not going to show up? Just to placate people? Just to pander? Hey, you had your special council meeting, now shut up. Seriously, is that what it was? And then you saw it again. Just a few months later, when we first moved into this office, wasn't there another one? Another special council meeting that several people didn't show up to? And it gets to that point. Look, just be honest and upfront with us. If you don't care to show up, then just vote no.
Well, you see what their goal is. Let's look at the rules. Why you think they didn't put fires when they set the rules up? The rules are just Eric May's rules. Why you didn't think they didn't put that in there for social media? Because they know. Greetings, Becky Brown. Because they know Liddell Lewis be on that right Becky's there. On? Yeah, she through YouTube.
Yeah, thank you. We'll go into that little spiel here in a minute. But yeah, like, because council has rules for how you have to conduct yourself in public. Council has rules for how you have to conduct yourself in council chambers. Council has rules everywhere else. I think they should revisit and take a look at how you have to conduct yourself on the social medias.
What about showing up to work? See, that's what I'm saying. Attendance. They don't have nothing. That's what I'm saying. It's like they put things. You worrying about Eric May's question, and you might don't like his delivery, but you more worried about that than you worried about a person attendance record.
I don't have to like a damn thing about Eric. I don't have to like his attitude. I don't have to like his questioning things. I don't have to like even some of his policies. But I have to at least give him respect as a human, which is a lot of times you don't see that between members of council. And I'm not saying I do dislike him or I don't. This is just me saying that when you have a set of rules, actually, here, give me a second to go off camera for a second, because I do have the old city charter right here.
You got the old one.
Yeah, before all the rules.
Before all the rules.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when they dibble and dabble.
Copies of this shit.
Yeah, when they dibble and dabble, it's for a reason.
I keep copies of this for a reason in here. Someone's already mad. I'm getting text.
Yeah.
When you've got a set of rules that just pertains to one person, to keep them in check because of how long they've been in council or because they're making your nights longer, We've said it before here. You know what you're getting into with city council.
Right.
You know what you're getting into with Eric Mays on city council. So complaining about 9, 10, 12-hour meetings is pointless. Try to change the rules now. If you can't hack it, don't run. It's that simple, guys.
Yeah, you got a point there. You got a point there. You got a point there.
Well, yeah.
You got a point. I mean, but you got to understand, man, what they doing. It's that, look at all the stuff they hide. And that's what's really so sad about this council. But if it was anybody, I'm trying to tell you, it would have been an investigation. If it would have been, I said, if it was Dr. Weaver, it would have been 1,000 investigations. You could have had the Fantastic Four. They'd have been voting for investigations because it's him. Then you got, like I say, even to me, it's like for that budget, for Dennis to sit up there and do that, it shows you the type of person. It just shows me it was somebody was talking. I don't know how they got together, but somebody allegedly, let me put that out there, allegedly. This wasn't no, he just came with, I don't know. Let me say, I don't know no more, but I know allegedly. Maybe he came with this idea because he the same guy that went for the $300.
And who endorsed the Stat EMS deal.
See, so once again, these is the people who's watching Flint budget, but they can tell you so much about Mr. Mays' finances. And it seemed like Flint finances is under this administration has went to shit.
And
I'm just saying, this. I mean,
it goes.
So he came up when they asked about call for the question. I'm just saying, just think about it. This was his highlight.
Long was it? Like, was there even a silence in the air? And he's like, okay, no one's asking questions called for it, or are there any questions called for it? Just back to back like that.
I'm trying to tell you, but this is the same guy. This went along with the stat, like you say, Stat EMT, and this $300. It's like it's like some of this stuff, man. This is the council. This like, and you got some who really acted like they moving the city forward. Now that'll make me think you on drugs.
Allegedly. No. And the city has been moving forward into destitution, has been moving forward toward an emergency manager, toward even further shrinking population, toward more blight.
Right.
Yeah, they're moving. Well, the city itself is moving forward greatly, isn't it?
And did you hear her talk about that's what I'm telling you. Some of these, they need to do drug tests on the ones who got the majority vote.
They just need to do drug tests, period. But
I'm gonna say the ones with the majority vote, because I just heard something where she talked about blight. Did she get the understanding when that is $150 million in blight? That's what Flint got. If you're only putting 40 million to it, that means you still got 110. She acting like all the houses is finna be tore down in the second ward, and it's finna be just like I tell you, that her and the rest, they will have you believing Flint is like somewhere.
If someone on council wants a good
unbelievable, you need to get here.
If someone on council wants a good council person cookie, why don't you propose a program where people can put together a blight cleanup? They call the city. The city's got that large ass truck, like a dump truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they do the cleanup. You call the city. You get your little schedule. The truck pulls up. You throw the trash in the dump truck, and it takes it away. Do you know how much money they could save just not having a crew do it? Do you know how many people here are motivated just to clean up something next to their place? But it costs money. How am I going to get all this trash to the landfill? How am I get all this trash out? Oh, I need a dumpster. Try to rent a dumpster for 2 or 3 days. That's a couple $100.
That's what I'm saying. But just look at what the mayor used as his campaign. He's nearly put in his campaign blight, and this is Melissa.
Will be done by 2024. Yep.
But we just happened to talk to the guy over in at the land bank.
The land bank.
Mr. Michael Freeman himself,
mm-hmm.
and shot that down. But see, the councilwoman in the second ward, you know, she don't, you know, she happy when the news ain't putting that out there. See, it what it is. She don't want, she want people to think that this is Hollywood somewhere. This is Mulholland Drive. Like the second ward is Mulholland Drive or something. When you riding down
Rodeo,
it's $1 million cars sitting out there. There's no blue tarps. Just this and that. That's just it shows you. And she's out doing this and that. Well, she need to get back out there. Like I said, she need to put a crew together to get them streets and sidewalks together,
or at least acknowledge it instead of saying, "Yes, this park is so beautiful. It increases the quality of life for my residents." Literally just say, "Look, I understand that my ward is not perfect.
Yeah.
I understand that there is a metric ton of blight. I understand that our roads are no better than Tennessee backhill roads after it's rained."
Right.
And then say, "I'm working on it." I mean, she says, "I'm doing the work," but she doesn't say what work she's doing. All we ever hear about is that fucking park.
She's a hell of a, now if you want a park or something, she'd be down for it. I'm writing grants. Well, you need to find a grant to get the streets together. Since she putting out here, she's steady busy writing grants. That's what I'm saying. When I gotta brag to you and tell you what I did, that's all you need to know about a person. She really thinking like the second ward is just, she got the second ward is just stars flying out, like it's red carpet, like it's Disneyland. It's this. No, your ward is a fucked up ward.
If you have to say it aloud,
yeah,
it probably ain't true.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
When you're talking about your accomplishments or yourself in one way or another, if you have to brag about it, if you have to say it aloud, it probably ain't true. Kind of like some moron saying, "I'm a good person."
Right.
If you have to say it aloud, you ain't a good person.
Right.
Who are you trying to convince, me or you?
Right.
So
I'm
doing X, Y, and Z. I am a great council person. Who are you trying to convince?
Right.
Because it ain't me.
And then
I look at how things are going.
Right.
I know that since Tanya has taken over or had taken over what was the 6th ward, now my neighborhood's 5th ward. I saw houses get torn down. I saw cleanups.
Right.
I've seen a market improvement in my quality of life. And then that got passed over to Jerry. And I have not seen a slide back into what I had before, into a negative. I don't need these two running around saying, "I'm a great council person."
Because if you were such great, go help the other wards get theirs.
Yeah.
Go help the 3rd ward. Go help the 4th. Go help the 5th. Go help the 6th. Because I'm just saying, she acting like, go help the 1st. It's just showing you, she thinks, if you such a great person, that's why I get on these religious people. These be the same ones running the church. Oh, I believe in Jesus. I'm a Jesus this. And look at her. This supposed to be Good Friday, and she been clowning since Wednesday. Probably going to church. Like I said, I watch all the little messy stuff. I've been watching all the little messy stuff she been doing. Got right out here. First thing she did, brought up Winters. You need to do this with your kids and your family. All this and that. But this is the same one who has a husband and has a son. But this just to show you how silly she in the head she is. But this is the representative, the council person in the 2nd ward.
Yeah.
She took her time to let us know that we are tabloid. A person can say you were bought and paid for it, actually a council person.
I mean, you know what? For the longest while, I know that we don't have a conservative audience here, and that's fine.
Right.
But for the longest while, people used to say Louder with Crowder was a tabloid. That man has put forth truthful news time and time and time again, verifiably, and he puts all of his sources out on a website. And then they've said things like that about I don't want to say Salty Cracker. That guy annoys the shit out of me. I don't want to give him any props. But things like that, right? it's a lot of times these small newscasts, these off the cable newscast,
Right.
that are called tabloids and fake news and X, Y, and Z, that 90% of the time, they are right about most of their shit.
Why you think we able to do this? Because of the what? Mainstream media.
Right?
That's how silly she in the head she is. If they was doing their job, we wouldn't have nothing like this going on.
And then, well, let's shift focus from her real quick to the chair beside her.
Right.
Because yesterday I went off about Quincy. Okay. With Quincy, he said, I'm not going to vote for your thing because you didn't vote for mine, talking about that damn trolley.
Now, how silly was that?
How silly was that? Look, I'm not a lawyer. I always have to preface my shit with, I'm not a lawyer. I've never been to law school. I did not pass a bar. But let me give you some advice. Shut your fucking hole. And the reason I say that is because he is alluding to quid pro quo, which is highly illegal. We're talking felonies. But the man gets so emotional, he forgets where he is. He forgets that everything is recorded. Can you imagine that? Getting so worked up, you admit to felonies on recorded sessions? Can you? I mean, I get worked up. I get pissed off. I scream, shout, and yell. I throw shit. You can't get me to admit to a felony on anything.
Well, with this council, you know why I can't say nothing? Because then Allie Hokenroder perjured herself on the stand.
Yeah.
This is what I'm telling you. This is why I can't take none of them council members serious. For that reason right there. They go do stuff and then
they should have honestly let her say her thing. Say that she didn't excuse Eric. And then should have pulled up the video and said, do you wish to recant?
But I'm just saying, but look at, like you just said with Quincy, like you said, I'll just use that as an example because it wouldn't put it past me. What you saying, like
we talk about them constantly trading votes.
Right.
You vote for X, I'll vote for Y.
Right.
That's quid pro quo. That is. So during 2020 election, that is what El Trumpoid was calling the dementia-ridden Biden. He is calling him quid pro Joe. He was calling him a felon.
Well,
now, when we're talking about simple things like a HOA, because honestly, fuck homeowners associations.
Right.
When we're talking about simple things like that, it's whatever. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, it's a bit of money. When we're talking about a municipality whose general budget is over $50 million, let alone the major street fund, side street fund, water fund, yada, yada, yada. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars here. And we get upset that there's not a trolley downtown?
A trolley.
A trolley. Is this San Francisco?
But the pipes not fixed.
Pipes aren't fixed.
Water not clean. But a trolley.
A trolley.
It's that EMT.
Yeah.
It was a clusterfuck, but
they ran away so far, so fast that they didn't pay their employees their last paycheck on time. I still haven't heard anything if they've been paid yet.
A trolley.
A trolley. Oh, it'll reduce traffic downtown. What traffic, my friend? Let me ask this seriously. We have so few attractions downtown, except for a few bars, maybe an art gallery, and one theater. I think that they do like stage performances on. That's it.
Jasmine, I would like to know that too. I'm still waiting, but it was acknowledged.
What?
Jasmine said, why didn't the judge immediately charge her with perjury is my question. What's her question? She said. I don't know. I would like to see. I'm still waiting and seeing, but it was acknowledged. But that's what I'm saying. When you seeing lawlessness, but a trolley is more important than pressing about getting the pipes fixed.
And right, like
trolley is more important than
the pipes that aren't fixed are on the north side.
I know they don't care about nothing on the north side.
But isn't that his ward?
They don't care nothing about the north side.
No, he cares about mowing some lawns and getting a trolley.
Yeah, he cared about a trolley. I mean, I'm just serious. That's like Liddell, but I mean, she's starting to, her attendance records are just as bad as even Worthy. And that's what I'm saying. When you got these people on here and then y'all don't want to hold, you mean, I'm just saying, even with me and you do business, you gonna see if, okay, this gonna be done. I can't keep not doing something like a budget come through. You'll be like, okay, we let it slide last year. We was 15 million in the hole. We really didn't thoroughly go through it like we should have. You would have think this year they'd have been like, no, we ain't gonna let this just slide.
We need to,
because we out of ARPA funds money.
Hmm?
And then we put this ARPA committee together, council, not checking on that. No, we'll let, it get picked and we say these people, they probably do stand on wards. But you mean Eric couldn't pick his own person he wanted on the ARPA committee from his ward? I'm just saying, just look at all the games that's being played, but council, you
when
can't
you're talking about lawlessness, right?
Yeah.
These are the people that write the laws. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. But is
rules
they being
for
told,
thee, not for me, peasant.
Or is they being told what to vote on?
I mean,
garbage.
I said that yesterday.
A garbage contract that was $9 million
where
more.
One person points, council follows.
Yeah, it's like it's just the things that they do, and that's what I'm saying. I look at Dennis Pfeiffer. You said you a fiscal Republican. I mean,
fiscal conservative
Republican, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll dumb it down and just And the man's not even looking at the finances.
That's what
that confuses the shit out of me. I get told that I'm a rhino because I have views that are slightly outside the norm for Republicans.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. Call me what you will, but at least I look at the fucking money. At least I want to spend less money, make the money we have work. And just because you have income of $57 million doesn't mean your budget is $57 million.
Right. I like the question that your brother just put in here. What up, Kevin? He said, if you bribe the right people, I'm willing to bet you'll get your water clean.
Yeah, like the KWA board. Wait, did you know we can't pull out of that deal, by the way? For the KWA line?
Oh.
If we did, then that board gets to take control of all of Flint's water infrastructure. So we owe them like 300 something odd million dollars to build that fucking pipeline.
Who set that deal up?
Well, the board and council, and then the former mayor at the time. However, there was a conflict of interest there because someone was on the board and on council at the same time. He's our current mayor. Weird. But there's been no investigation. Look, we don't get any investigations here. Flint, look, let me be honest with you guys. If I went into government and I broke a law and I heard the FBI was looking for me, I'd come to Flint because it just doesn't fucking exist. This is the best fucking place to hide out in the world if you don't want to get fucking investigated. You can come here and do any goddamn thing you want as long as you have money.
Yeah.
But if you're a pauper, if you're fucking broke, the cops are on your ass like flies on shit.
No, you're right about that.
I mean, it just is what it is, what it is, what it is.
It said word mafia. Yeah, it's terrible. Is all I can say. The way this game going and the council people don't want you to report. I ain't gonna say council. You just got certain ones that's doing a lot of fuckery allegedly. They don't want the truth put out on them that they're not really doing their work. Because if they doing their work, they wouldn't have these bills. They wouldn't even be passing. I'll say that.
Here's something that isn't alleged. I've got questions about how several council people are working, about what several of them are doing.
Right.
And I'm disappointed in just about every last one of them in one way or another. That isn't alleged. Period. And just because I call you out, just because I have a question, just because I say I do not agree with what you are doing, does not mean that I'm a tabloid, does not mean that I'm spreading fake news.
Right.
And honestly, calling us a tabloid, you know what, let me look up the definition of that and get back to you, because I feel like she might be slandering our name. I haven't said anything that is verifiably untrue about her. And if she's upset about the EBT card, that is on record that your fellow council people were accusing you of it. And we brought that up. We brought up the accusation therein of. And if that has you feeling some sort of way, maybe you should look at what caused you to get into that situation. What caused that woman to call Tanya Burns or Eric Mays and ask about what she can do to get you to pay back money that you allegedly owed, and why. You should ask yourself how that even got to council. That's the question. That isn't our fault. And if you're sitting there saying that you shouldn't or we shouldn't have even reported on it, it's news of the city. And that's exactly what we were interested in. And the city has done such a poor job lately that a lot of our problems are spreading outward. Burton's having murders now. Flint Township just had a guy pass out in his car not too long ago. When the cops stop him, he had a fun block on a Glock, which keeps it from resetting the hammer, so it just keeps going. We've got kids shooting and stabbing each other in many of the suburb cities, many of the subsidiaries, because Flint hasn't contained its own issues and walked them back. I've said before, what happens in Flint, the other cities follow. This is the main population center, and it's getting worse because we have an ineffective council. We have an ineffective governance, and it's been this way for years, and we haven't walked it back. Fucking weird. All right, guys, we started late. We're ending a little late. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I am so sorry. Like I said, I woke up very late, and it took Mickey calling me to get my ass out of bed. I got to thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. I don't have my beautiful, wonderful co-host with me, the real star of 810, but I did have Mickey carrying my ass. We've got the...
And on there, the water remembrance.
Yeah, the water remembers.
Yeah, save the date, Saturday, April 8th, 2023.
So tomorrow.
Yep, Saturday from 3 to 5 at the McCree Theater, 4601 Clio Road.
So let's make it... Let's give it the attention it deserves. We've got Club Rich with Ash tonight.
At 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock. And then we got Reverend Throwkill tomorrow, right?
Yep, at 8 in the morning.
At 8 in the morning. So you guys get a 12-hour break in between our cast.
Right.
I think that's going to do it for me today, guys. Next week, I'll be back with more of your well-deserved anger and surliness. I'll get angry for you. Next week, Miss Wintis will be back on her show, guaranteed. So you guys get the star that you deserve. Let's have a good day, and happy Good Friday.